everyone, my name is Bracher from Real Estate HQ. I have completed hundreds of PCI inspections for my investors over the years. So let's talk about paint defects and what you can and you can't ask your builders to fix. Now, painting is considered a finishing trade under the NCC, the National Construction Code. The surfaces must be finished to a tradesman-like standard. The surfaces and the finish must be durable, uniform, and appropriate for the intended use. Now, when you're talking about protective coatings, it is painting over items like timber. It must be suitable for the environment, especially in wet areas. So double check those doors. How to inspect this? Well, we're going to take all of this from the Guide to Standards and Tolerances 2022. The QBCC has a version and other states have their own. This is your practical reference and the PCI inspections. And if there's any disputes, this is what we refer back to. So it will outline acceptable tolerances and what qualifies as the defect and how to identify it. All right, so for paintwork surfaces, when you're assessing the paintwork, you have to stand a meter directly in front in normal light. All right, if you can see a run, a misspot, or a patchiness, and it is visible from this position, then it is a defect. But if you have to see it from reflective lights or from an angle, then you cannot assess it as a defect. All right, so other issues are like orange peel, overpainting, paint drips. They can be listed as defects depending on the visibility. Guide to the Painting of Buildings is the Australian standard most referenced by builders and paint manufacturers. So what this sets out is that the surface prep requirements for painting, how many coats, compatibility of coating, the application methods, standards of interior and exterior painted surfaces. Now, you always refer back to the NCC Volume 2, the state-specific standards and tolerances, as well as the Australian and New Zealand Standards 2311. If a paint issue is visible from 1 meter in light, then it is classified a defect, so you got to remember that. Reflected, high gloss quirks or minor texture variations in low use areas may not qualify. You've got to be sensible. Hey, you know what? If this all sounds so overwhelming, then you need a great agent that understands this and more. Call me. My name is Bracher from Real Estate HQ. I am a new build expert. My number is 0425 225678.